What's going on, team, and welcome to another video on the Bet with Ray YouTube channel. Today, of course, we're going to be going over the NFL totals for week 3 of the season. Last week just sucked ass on totals. 6, 9, and 1. That was a poor week. Couldn't pick the amount of points right. Spreads went well, but the totals just weren't good. So we're looking to get back up on that horse this week. So guys, of course, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, turn that notification bell on, drop down some comments. Let me know what you think. Hey, I wasn't great last week. Let me know if you think I'm getting better this week, or if you want to go the other way. Let me know what you are playing this week as well. Let's get straight into it. And we've got the Ravens at the Patriots. We've got a total of 43.5. And I want the under in this one here. Look, the Patriots can't score. Their defense is solid enough. The Ravens, they can score. Their defense is solid enough as well. I don't think the Patriots are going to be putting up a lot of points. The Ravens, they have a game plan to keep the ball on the ground. Obviously, they've been getting it through the air quite a bit over the first couple of weeks, but when it comes to a strong team like the Patriots, I think they're going to try and revert back to the way they like to play the game and keep the ball on the ground. We'll keep this clock ticking and give me the under 43.5. Bills at the Dolphins, total of 52.5. And I want the under here. Look, I know a lot of people are on the over. Obviously, the Bills offense has been scintillating. The Dolphins offense last week was great in the fourth quarter. Before that, it was merely okay. They had 2 touchdowns in 3 quarters of play, and the fourth quarter, they just went off. Look, both of these teams have got strong defenses. The Bills' defense, personally, is more impressive than what their offense has been. The Dolphins at home, they're going to want to be able to control the way that this game is played. They're going to try and keep the ball on the ground as much as possible and use their receivers to slowly gain yards instead of have to go for those big chunk plays like they did in the fourth quarter last week. Give me the under 52.5 here. Bengals at the Jets, we got a total of 45.5, and I want the over. I think the Bengals are going to come out and score a lot of points here, and I don't mind what we've seen from this Jets offense. Of course, they still have Joe Flacco. That's not going to be great, but Garrett Wilson, hey, he's looking like a good wee receiver. You've got Corey Davis there still. Of course, last year's first rounder. She's drawing a blank on the name there. But this Jets receiving team, look, it's solid. The run game still has a bit to work on, but I like what we're going to see. We'll take the over 45.5 points. I just think both teams can score. The Bengals are going to be out for blood. They're going to want to put up as many points as they possibly can. Hey, I can see them getting 30. I can see this Jets team getting at least a couple of touchdowns. So give me the over 45.5. All right, Saints at the Panthers. Total is at 41.5. Have we seen good things from the Saints defense? Yes. Have we seen good things from the Saints defense on the road? No. The Panthers defense, have we seen good things at home? Yeah, better. But look, 41.5, it's a tough total to bet into. Both teams are going to want to try and keep this ball on the ground as much as possible. They do have good receivers, though. When obviously the Saints, the reemergence of Michael Thomas is going to be brilliant. And if he can get those slant routes going, we've got slant route Michael Thomas back. But the best thing about slant route Michael Thomas was he kept the ball in play and he kept that clock ticking. Alvin Kamara should be coming back for this one, which should keep the ball on the ground as well. Look, give me the under 41.5. I'm not entirely confident on this pick, but both teams have slightly better defenses than their offenses, so we will take the under. Lions at the Vikings. The total is at 53, and give me the over. I'm going to see a lot of points in this one. Obviously, we're seeing what the Lions can do at home. Can they take that on the road and put those points up as well? We shall see. The Vikings, now they should have done a bit better than they did on Monday night, but it's Monday Night Football. Kirk Cousins, what can you do? We saw them in week 1 against the Packers. Justin Jefferson had himself a day, and I expect them to have another day this week against the Lions. They can't stop anyone. This Viking secondary obviously is going to be a work in progress all season, and if they can't get the pass rush going, which help, this is a good Lions offensive line. Maybe the Vikings can't get the pass rush going on this one. That's going to give Jared Goff plenty of time. That's going to get points on the board. Swift and Williams is a very solid 1-2 running attack. So give me the over 53 here. Chiefs at the Colts. Chiefs, they're always just going to put up their points. That's what they do. Their defense isn't great, but they put up their points. The Colts are in win now mode. They are, it's week 3, and the Colts are in win now, or the coach might get sacked. And I don't really think they want to go for a sacked coach this early into the season. So totals at 50. Give me the over 50 here. Look, obviously, we haven't seen a lot from this Colts offense. Matt Ryan has been horrifically bad. Jonathan Taylor has not been anywhere near what we saw from him last season, but he has had some bright spots. This is a Chiefs side that defense is definitely nowhere near the level of their offense, but their offense is generally good enough that it just keeps them in the games. This Colts team, this defense could be bad if they don't have Darius Leonard. Obviously, they like to play the Gus Bradley cover 2, and how 2 high safeties is, well, it used to work, didn't it? Like in the 80s and the 90s. These days, not so much. And if you're going to run that scheme against the Chiefs, Travis Kelce is going to have himself a field day. So give me the over 50 points here. We see a lot of points in this game. Matt Ryan, he might be scoring points for both teams today. Raiders at the Titans. We have a total of 45.5, and I love the over here. Look, both of these teams are going to have to score. They're both 0-2. They know it is put up or shut up time. 0-3 teams, it's tough to make the playoffs when you start 0-3. The Titans at home. Now, of course, Derrick Henry hasn't looked himself. They've got Ryan Tannehill, who hasn't looked himself since college. I don't know. He was overrated in Miami. He had one good season with the Titans. He's not really worth that much. I'd say we're gonna see a benching at some point of this season for Ryan Tannehill. The Raiders blew a lead in week 2, badly blew a lead. But was that more of some good things from Kyler Murray than it was bad things from the Raiders? Look, I think this Raiders team has all the weapons. Devontae Adams is going to be an absolute key piece to this game. I don't think the Titans have anyone that's going to be able to come close to covering him. So let's see an over 45.5 here. Eagles at the Commanders. Now, we've got 2 teams that have been scoring in bunches all season. We've got a total set at 47. Look, I like the over here. These offenses are terrific. The Commanders' defenses, well, that's just leaky than a goddamn colander. The Eagles' defense, we saw some good things in the secondary on Monday night, but was that more bad things from the Vikings? Of course, Darius Slay is an underrated cornerback. I think he has been for a long time. I don't know if it's because he came from the Lions, but that he just doesn't get the respect that he deserves. He did good things, and he's going to do good things in this game. But I think the Commanders, they've got a very good bevy of weapons right now. Look, they can get the ball out of the backfield if they need to, if Antonio Gibson isn't fumbling it. J.D. McKissick can catch the ball when he gets the opportunities to be used. And then their three wide receivers are really good. Dotson looks terrific. McLaurin hasn't really been able to get off his feet yet, but he has the potential to do it. And Samuel, after that very shocking and injury-plagued season he had last year, he's finally lived up to how we expected him to be. So I see a lot of points coming out from both teams here. When you've got someone like Jalen Hurts who can move the ball through the air, on the ground, it's just so hard to defend. So give me the over 47. Texans at the Bears. Texans offense sucks. Bears offense really sucks. Both of these defenses, yeah, they're better than the offenses. They're not great, but they're better than the offenses. And we'll give them that 40 points. Give me the under 40 here. Should be a windy day in Chicago. I don't really see a lot of these offenses having a lot of success through the air. It's going to be kept to the ground. The ground games are all right. David Montgomery will probably be best on the field. But we've seen in the past he can have three really good quarters and go to sleep. He can have two really good quarters. He can have one really good run of 65 yards and finish the game less than 75. That's the problem with Montgomery. He doesn't have the consistency to keep it going for a full game. But give me the under 40 points here. I just can't see how either of these teams score a lot of points. Jaguars at the Chargers, a total at 47. And I've got to go with the under here. Look, we don't know what the story is right now with Justin Herbert. The Jaguars, yes, they have been putting up points, but they're going to face one hell of a pass rush this week, and that's going to give them the bogeys. So I don't think the Trevor Lawrence and co are going to be able to score as well as they have, although the run game could get off. James Robinson has looked terrific. He's come back from injury very, very well. You've got Travis Etienne, who could be the best number 2 running back in the league right now. Probably a number 1 and a starter on most teams, but Robinson is just playing fantastically. So I can see them, both of these teams, keeping the ball on the ground, grinding the clock down. Both teams have weaker run defenses than their pass defenses. So give me the under 47. Packers at the Buccaneers, 41.5. Look, Packers have no wide receivers. The Buccaneers might not have any wide receivers themselves this week. Russell Gage could be it, depending on if they elevate Cole Beasley in time. Their run games are better than their receiving games are going to be this week, but both teams have solid run defenses, especially the Buccaneers, who don't let anyone run on them. Totals at 41.5. Give me the under. I see this playing out a lot like the Bucks Saints game last week, where we're just looking at 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, punt, maybe a field goal here and there. End up with a 9-6 game. Give me the under 41.5. Falcons at the Seahawks, total of 41.5. Look, this Falcons team can score. The Seahawks team, well, this Falcons team can score, and that's what we're looking at. But their defense allows points as well. Their defense is anything but solid. The 12th man should be able to guide the Seahawks along to a touchdown or two. So give me the over 41.5 here in a game that could look a lot closer on paper than how it really is in the game. Now, the Rams at the Cardinals, we've got a total of 49. This one's interesting. I think the bookies have it right on here. I think this is a 49-50 type game. I'm going to take the over just because I think their offenses are slightly better than what we've seen from their defenses so far. But even with that, I think it's going to go close. So I'll take the over 49, but this is going to be a very, very tight one. Look, the Rams, they have all the weapons on offense. They just need to know how to use them. Tyler Higbee's been terrific. Keep an eye out for Tyler Higbee, especially when the Cardinals have been leaking yards to tight ends so far this season. So definitely keep an eye out for him. You've got the Cardinals team, who maybe that little 80-yard 2-point conversion by Kyler Murray, maybe that's just kick-started their season into gear. So their offense, I expect them to be a bit better, but still not great, depending on James Conner. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. No, you know what? Give me the under. Give me the under 49. I'm changing my tune on this one. And I think it's got to do with the James Conner injury. If the Cardinals aren't going to be able to run the ball, they're going to be forced to throw it a bit more. I still have a bit of faith, even though not a lot, in this Rams secondary. Yeah, give me the under 49 here, but hey, I'll tell you right now, don't lay any money on this total. All right, the 49ers at the Broncos, total set at 45. Both teams have better defenses than their offenses, so we will be taking the under in this one. I think both teams can score points. Absolutely. And I think both teams will score some points, but I don't think they're going to get to a total of 45. These offenses, obviously, you've got Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be reintegrating himself, so they kind of know what they're going to see. Whereas last week, the Seahawks were planning for Trey Lance. Obviously, he went out early, so Garoppolo came in, and really the whole game plan from the Seahawks went out the window. The Broncos, we haven't seen enough from their offense to be able to show that they've really got the goods here. We have seen some good stuff from their defense. Hopefully, Patrick Surtain is playing. That's going to really help this under here. But I just can't see these teams being able to really get the ball downfield a lot. Jerry Jeudy's going to be missing for the Broncos as well, which hurts. So give me the under 45 points in the 49ers and Broncos. And finally, Monday Night Football, we've got the Cowboys at the Giants, a total of 39.5. It's a low total. But what can you tell me from either of these teams' offenses shows that this total is going to be any higher? Both teams have better defenses than their offenses. Both teams have better run games than their passing games, even though they identify themselves as pass first teams. They really should be putting the ball on the ground a lot more with Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard, and Saquon Barkley. Look, 39.5 is low, but I think this is going to be a very low scoring, extremely boring Monday Night Football game that I'm going to watch it because I love football. That's what you do. But sometimes this job really hurts. I'll watch the game. Give me the under 39.5. And that is a wrap for the week 3 totals predictions from Bet with Ray here. So guys, of course, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, give us some comments, and turn that notification bell on. And if you're looking for some of our premium plays, head on over to betwithray.com, where you can get a 15-day free trial. We want you to try it out, see the level of research that is going into every premium selection. There is a full write-up on every pick that is released. You'll be able to see the way that I bet, see if it entices into how you want to bet football. Try it out. Come on over, and we'll see you next week. Cheers, guys. Enjoy the games.